and maybe Jura Superstition. I mean, yeah, good choices there. Hello, and welcome to the Whiskey Trials of Whisky Talks, and I'm going to do a follow-up video, which I've never actually done before, on my video Filler Whiskies. Now, it was quite popular, people seemed to like it, there's quite a few comments, which I actually want to just start the video off with the comments, or with some of the comments. So, okay, rewind. If you don't know what a filler whiskey is, it's my term for a whiskey that kind of fills the gap between the exceptional balls. So, you know, your expensive balls of Glendronach, Ardbeg, whatever it might be, Springbank, stuff that you buy at auction that's expensive, the old and rare ones, you know, Macallans maybe if you want. But the filler whiskies are the everyday balls, the bottles that you bring out that are still nice. You still want quality whiskey here, but they're on a budget. They're cheap essentially, or hopefully they are. And I think one of the things that I got from the comments, and one of the things that that I formulated in my head, was that a true filler whiskey shouldn't just be one that's on a deal. It should be one that is, maybe it could be on a deal, but it's like regularly on there. It's like almost on a permanent deal. Like we know the whiskies that are almost on a permanent deal, right? You don't have to wait long for them to come back down in price. Bowmore 12. So it's whiskies that you can regularly buy for, I think, it should be under £30. And I've got a bit of a lineup behind me. And I'm going to go through them in a sec, but what I want to do first is just go through some of your comments, because some of your comments have been really good, and there's obviously some pretty good other ideas for filler whiskies, and that's what I asked for. So Tomato Yoshi, hello Tomato Yoshi, he has been trying to get a Grand Old Par and Antiquary at auction, but he keeps getting outbid, so I'm guessing they might be around that kind of price range. I have been looking actually at the older bottles of Antiquary, and I was thinking about trying to get one. Gary's Whiskey Reviews, he's commented, he said, "Tonight I had a dram of Winter's Tears." I don't think I've heard of that one. It's not bad, only £25 a bottle. A true filler, if it's good. I mean, not bad. It's not bad. Good? No, it's not. So maybe not. We have Malt Punk. Now, this guy, this was one of the most recent comment. He's in Austria. Now, I'm already quite jealous, because Austria is obviously a very beautiful country. But apparently, he can pick up a Glendronach 12 for €25.50. A Tomatin Legacy 21, a Glenfarclas 12, €26, an Arran 10, €26.50. And then he says something silly about a Naked Grouse costing 22, which, I mean, if you can get an Arran 10 for 26 or a Glendronach 12 for 25, why would you bother? It must be a tax thing, I don't know, but those like off the scale fillers right there, I mean, I wish. He also mentions the Springbank 10 at €31.50. I mean, okay, that's over the 30, kind of. Yeah, it's probably under 30 if it's pounds, but still, you know, we can't get it for that price. So I'm going to disregard those, but wow, you have an amazing choice of fillers. Somebody's saying Tomatin 12, that's Juan. Quintanala saying Tomatin 12, yeah, it's probably a bit expensive, I think. Who else have we got? Ear Whiskey saying the Dalmore 12, and maybe Jura Superstition. I mean, yeah, good choices there. Yep. Aberlour 12, he says, Speyburn, Braddon, Aurich, Jameson, Black Barrel, maybe Highland Park 12. Yeah, Highland Park 12, it could be. It's just, I don't see it at quite a low price all the time. It does go on deal fairly often, but I don't think it's enough to be called a filler. Who else we got? Paul Gibbs, Cadenhead's 12. Probably a bit expensive. He's also saying Tomatin Legacy. Maurizio Cordina, he's saying Glen Grant 12, Johnny Walker Black and Green Label, Jameson Black Barrel and Ardbeg 10. Ardbeg 10! Last time I saw Ardbeg 10 in Tesco's it was 50 quid. And the cheapest I've managed to buy it was, I think it was like, it got reduced to 37 over Christmas, so I bought a bottle. But yeah, I mean, Ardbeg, you know, they've kind of made it now, haven't they? So they kind of charge what they want. Jason Whiskey Surveyor, what does he say? He says, oh, he's gone for one of the ones I've got here. He says the Bunnahabhain Sturadur. He's saying that he can get it for 25 quid. That is a good price. This bottle here was $29.99, so just under the £30 limit. I did get another bottle for 27. But yeah, if it's under 30 quid, yeah, I'd go for that too. He's also saying Glengoyne, if you're into sherry. Glenmurray, of course. I mean, I think I'm going to touch on Glenmurray. Andy C. What's Andy C saying? He's saying Tullybarden 228, Old Polly 12. He's saying the Buna Sturadur. Mark Slinger, he's saying Aberlour and Highland Park. He can get both for 25 quid. All good if you can. So yeah, I mean, loads. Check out the comments on the previous filler video, guys, and you'll get a lot of good tips from other people. But let me get started on what I think are the ultimate fillers. I'm just gonna take a little sip of my Glendronach 18. I'm talking about cheaper whiskies and I'm sipping a Glendronach 18. How hypocritical. Anyway, so let's start off with like what other people said as well. The Bunnahabhain Sturadur, 46.3. It's an excellent malt. It's got some really nice honeyed kind of flavours, floral stuff going on. It's very light, refreshing. 46.3 is, you know, obviously above the base 40, so they're giving you that little bit extra. If you can pick that up for under 30 quid, brilliant. If you can get it for 25, clean the shelf out. Now, the next thing I'm going to go on to is auction buys. So I have the Tomatin 10 and I have the Tweedale Blended 14. Now, you can really pick up some bargains when you're on the auction sites. Normally, what I do is like you wait till the end, it's on the last night, and then you just filter by price and a 70cl bottle, and you get the ones that aren't getting bidded on much, and you can stick in some bids and you can pick up some absolute corkers. These were both under 30 quid. And yeah, great filler whiskies and something different. That Tomatin 10, it's from the 80s. Tweedale 14, no idea. I think that is quite an old bottling actually. Bottle number 552, batch 4. So you know that's a limited edition small batch, and that kind of stuff's great. You know, you're drinking like a kind of piece of history there, really. Carrying on with the blend theme, I have that 69. Now, I'm not going to say. I mean, I've not gone down too much with this. Like, I've not drunk too much of that, so I'm not entirely sold on it yet. I thought the last nip I had of it was maybe like a little bit too soapy, and I'm not into my soapy flavoured malts. But I mean, the first couple I had, I was like, you know, that's quite nice. I believe it's a Diageo owned brand, and there might be like 40 malts or so in it. I don't think it's all malts. I think there's it just says blended Scotch whiskey. So I mean, I've stuck that one in there as like kind of a wild card, because one of the things that I notice on this is on Amazon you can buy it quite cheap in bulk, so you can buy 6 bottles of it, and you know, yeah, it's drinkable. Again, on the blended kind of theme, Old Perth blended malt. Now this one was actually a cracker. It's 62.3%. It's a bottle and a half for less money than pretty much all the other bottles. I think this was the cheapest. I think this was, I want to say it was like 20 quid or just over 20 quid. It really wasn't that expensive at all. I bought 2 of them, and this is the second one. And you know, I've sent out some samples and everything of this, and you know what? It's good. It's kind of harsh. It's quite drying. You do tend to need to put a bit of water in it, but then it, you know, just lasts longer, right? Okay. Getting away from the blended stuff. So what I'm going to say is, for now, the ultimate filler whiskey is the Anik 12. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because this whiskey is it's light, it's floral, it's tasty, but it's not too in your face. It's subtle. But you know what? I got that bottle for 25 quid. And I've bought, I think this is the 3rd bottle of this I've bought, and all of them have been under 30. I think the previous 2 were 27. That one was 25, and it's consistently at that price. I see it all over the place at that kind of price. Some places online are trying to bump it up over the 30s, and maybe it was like I don't know, some kind of ploy for them to get noticed, so people enjoy their 12 and then start moving through the ranks, which are more expensive. I don't know. I haven't moved through the ranks yet, but I've heard the 18 is amazing. So there you go. That's 6 amazing fillers, and obviously I'm going to touch on Glenmorangie slightly. But it's interesting, like that £30 cutoff. It really causes like a little bit of controversy, because you can get deals and everything, and then there's other stuff that you don't get deals on that much. But I'm just going to give this a little shout out. The Aaron 10, right? I know it's not for everybody, especially the new one. I think the old one is much more like a kind of Bunnahabhain in a way almost. It's very honeyed, whereas the new one is much more licorice-y, and it's got some herbal flavours going on, which I quite like. I don't know if I like it more than the old one. I'm not 100% on that yet, but it's only 34 quid all the time. 34 quid. That's all you pay for that. So not much over the 30 quid limit. Now let's give Glenmorangie a shout out. I really love Glenmorangie because it feels like they're the people that almost get people into whiskey a bit. You know, they've got that cool base range, the Elgin Classic, with the different kind of cask finishes and stuff, and it feels like that kind of real entry for that gateway. It's like a gateway whiskey for people. The only thing I'm going to say, my only criticism right now, is that the sherry cask's gone weird. It's not what it used to be. In fact, it's got a weird sour burntness that I'm not enjoying at all. It's not pleasant anymore. It's moved away from a kind of sweetness to a sour burntness. I don't know if it's just the batch that's out at the moment that I'm getting, but not liking it. I'd much rather have like the just the standard one or the port one. What are the other ones? Is there a wine one, and then there's the peated. But yeah, they're all pretty decent. So there you go. There you have it. My filler list for 2020. The follow-up of my other filler video. Go and check it out, where I first start talking about it. Loads of great comments, like I said. And I'm eyeing my collection to see if there's anything else that I can throw in there. I don't think so. I did think about talking about the This one, the Signatory Vintage. This was a Glen Elgin, and it's pretty old if I remember. I think it's like 23 years old or something. And that was cheap. That was really cheap. I was like, are you sure it's that price, kind of thing? I was willing to pay more. But actually, I mean, it's at 46, but it's a very light malt as well. You know, it's not massively flavorful, but pleasant all the same. So anyway, guys, let me know if you have found out any ultimate fillers. What is your ultimate fillers? Okay, given the constraints that I've just put on you, like it's got to be either on a deal almost all the time, or you know, it's got to just be that kind of base price almost every shot. Mine, the Annick 12. Well done, the Annick 12. And yeah, comment below with your suggestions. The ultimate filler. Cheers. It's laundry.